Don't mind my face. My daughter wanted to do some face painting. She said, "Who do you want to be?" And I said, "I want to be Iron Man," so this is her attempt at it. And I already made a video about my mental health, but I felt like I need to make a new one just because I feel like this was such a great opportunity with the face paint and everything to kind of allude to my mental health journey. For a long time, I've been trying to be an Iron Man, being made of iron, man. I grew up in Alef, Texas. They call it the SWAT, where people get shot and all things happen, and people get hurt and get maimed. I got out the mud and I made it out the hood. In a place like that, you gotta wear iron. You gotta don it all up on you, because you can't allow people to see the true you. True you who has complexities with his identity, trying to figure out who he wants to be and how he's supposed to move in the world. Person who sometimes has self-doubt, especially the person who had depression. And that's who I was. That's who I am. I still productively struggle with it. And it wasn't easy to ever come out and say that I have those productive struggles with depression. But I felt like in order for me to be a true Iron Man and not just somebody who dons iron to keep bullets from hitting and straying upon me, scrap metaling on me, I decided to be open and vulnerable so you can see who I truly am. The Tony Stark of me, the man in the mirror, the man with the face paint, the Iron Man. I will say this, the reason why this matters to me is because I have young boys and I have a little girl who needs to see what it looks like in order to assess their feelings and for them to be okay with not being okay. For them to seek guidance and help, but for them to have the answers inside them, for them to see themselves as iron people. Not in the way of trying to keep things away, but in strength and resoluteness. I'm going to keep it real. A lot of people will say that I'm pretty advanced in my journey in my mental health. I wouldn't say that. I'd probably say I'm intermediate. But I will say this, I am a lot more introspective than I used to be. I really want to get down to the core of who I am. I want to know my identity. I'm more than just the Iron Man. I'm more than what I've created in order to keep my feelings at bay, for not being laughed at or mocked, for not being used against me in weaponry. That's why I don this suit of armor. So I still have a long ways to go, but I'm going. Actually, I'm flying. I'm soaring. I have a little girl who's watched me do it. She's helping me don on a new armor. One of empathy, one of vulnerability, one of transparency. And I love it. She's the true Iron Woman. I don't have any words of wisdom, really. I would just say, be real with yourself and honest with yourself. Your mental health is very important. Don't don armor to just keep things away. Don armor because you're going to go into battles, external and internal. Make the armor something different than just a defensive mechanism and method. Sometimes true armor is placing yourself in the most vulnerable state. Practical things that you need to do is save space and time for yourself. There's obviously a lot of things that you can get into. I know it'd be easy for me to say, just go and see a therapist. For some of us, it's not that realistic. It costs money. Sometimes it's hard to go to a person that you don't know and feel their judging eyes when you're just letting go of your deepest secrets and vulnerabilities. So if you can't do it Write it down in a notepad. That's how I started. Speak it, talk about it to nothing but God, for no one else to hear but Him. And what you'll see is, slowly but surely, you'll start to take ownership of those vulnerabilities. You'll get more and more comfortable, to the point that you start finding the resources to get the help that you need if you need it. Have a confidant. Create routines for yourself that allows you to see you, allows you to poke and prod, to question, but to celebrate, to enjoy, to laugh with and at. Because life is not that serious, as you can see. Yeah, they used to call me Iron Man, but that's not my name. It's Huston.